folks? Will Turbid here for Demand the Truth. Fake Mike, real news, here with Auditing America, Mr. Universal. We got a little story. So, Mr. Universal, if you will.
Oh man, the legendary Mike. I'm pretty excited. Thank you. Thank you, Will Turbid. So we're just here, we're talking. I have the let me say, law of attraction has brought us all together here in this room. If it wasn't for the universe, like, this would not have happened. You know, it's only just a couple of months ago I was seeing him on YouTube and Enrique, feeling inspired of what these guys were doing, and then Will to be a truther and to look for truth and real news and the facts, and like I got really inspired by these two gentlemen, and I didn't know what the future held. And now today I have the opportunity to hold the fake mic and share some real news. He got two of them. Oh snap, are they synced?
So I got mad about, I was too tired of slamming him and having to pick him up, so I just slammed one and then I just pulled the other one right out real quick. So that's so I got two now. So yeah, we were talking about the law of attraction, and the law of attraction, I think, you know, I'm out here, I'm doing activism, but one of the things I love about Mr. Universal is he does activism, he does audits, he does graphic design, he does parties, documentaries, ghost hunting. That's why he's Mr. Universal. He does literally all that. You know what I'm saying? And he can speak on occult wisdom at the same time too. And the law of attraction is very powerful. If there's one of the things that I want to convey to everybody out there, to both of our audiences, the law of attraction is a real powerful thing. And the most famous people in the world, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, Will Smith, Oprah Winfrey, you can love them, hate them, but they understand this. So it's like the dark side of the force. Are we just going to let the Sith use all this, or are we going to learn all this? And the reason that me, Mr. America, Mr. Universal, Mrs. Universal, Baby Universal are all here is because of the law of attraction. And like attracts like, and we were just talking about that. So I just wanted to set that up for you, Mr. Universal.
Oh yeah. So again, it's he couldn't have said it better than myself. You know, we are here today, and as we were mentioning and talking about certain things, it's like, wow, look, this is a huge confirmation, because it's like you don't just learn the law of attraction, you have to live the law of attraction. It's like a practice, it's a day-to-day thing, you know, and you always have to be conscious of your omens, and that's what we're talking about, you know, the omens and the alchemist. In the book of Alchemist, one of the most powerful values is reading the omens, reading life, reading what's being reflected, those curves, those walls that get put on your path, you know, all those distractions that try to lead you off your path, especially when you're trying to obtain and attract a certain thing. You know, you have to continue to be on that vibration or frequency, you know, that mindset, your inner dialogue, what you tell yourself, what you believe. Because a lot of people, hey, people believe their own bullshit at times, you know, and that's why you got to learn these laws and reflect off them, you know, and see, like, where can I improve today? What can I learn? It's a daily practice. The law of attraction and all these, you know, different laws within the universe, magnetism, you know, there's countless, you know, and it takes time, reflection, practice. You had to put into practice, and also to be conscious. You have to be aware. Most important, you have to be aware. Yeah, you have to be very conscious when these things start to happen, because it can happen in any given moment. You know, any given moment. This video is being recorded by certain frames per minute, frames per second, down to where it says photos. You know, every photo is so more important than what the whole is, and what the single and what the none is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Take the mic. So, yeah, I need a breather.
It's a real simple thing for me. I mean, I'm not, unfortunately, I know that there's something out there that we can't see. And I always knew that there was this esoteric occult wisdom that people had. People talk about what was hidden under Solomon's temple, or what the Freemasons or the Knights Templar, the Rosicrucians, all these different people, the Illuminati, they have the secret knowledge or whatever, supposedly. And at first I was like, people were like, oh, that's devil worship and stuff like that. But it's just knowledge, you know, some of it's good, some of it's bad. It's just like fire, you know, I can use fire to cook a meal, or I can burn somebody to death, you know? And for me, the law of attraction was, I encourage everybody to go try it yourself. Find out what the law of attraction is. Even watch The Secret on Netflix. I know it's like kind of a corny appetizer overview, but it's like a good place to start if you're just coming into that information. Definitely delve a lot deeper than that, but that's a good place to start. And then after you fully got yourself familiar with what that idea is, then practice it for yourself with a truly open mind. And then from there, the possibilities are endless. But the only way you're going to know if it really works is if you study it and then with an open mind, set it out there. I've confirmed the law of attraction in my life over and over and over and over again. I'll give you one quick story. I could literally sit here for hours and give you stories, incredible stories, just proving it. One time, I was with my family and we were in Ireland. It was awesome. In 2013, my whole father's side of the family, and we were going around Ireland in a guided tour, and we were seeing all the sights. We were looking for our family, going through Dublin, drinking Guinnesses left and right, morning, noon, and night. It was awesome. And then so me and my brother, as we were seeing things go throughout Ireland, my brother would be like, "Oh, law of attraction," and I'd be like, "Oh, yo, law of attraction, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And then my cousin Kevin is like, what are you guys talking about, right? So my brother Matt sits down, explains to him the idea of the law of attraction, and I'll give you a brief overview because we should talk about it, but if you should look for it somewhere else. But law of attraction is basically just like there's radio, television, internet waves, Wi-Fi's, all these vibrations out there that you can't see, but we know that they're there. Everything is a vibration. Light is a vibration decoded by our eyes. And we think we live in a physical world. We think things are solid. But atoms themselves are 99.9% empty space. So everything is vibration. And science has put suction cups up to people's head. Every thought that you think emits a frequency. And they've done studies in quantum physics. They've shown the double slit experiment, Schrodinger's cat, and quantum non-locality, all these things. They've done a number of experiments to show that your thoughts can actually influence the quote-unquote empty space within atoms. So what does that mean practically? That your thoughts change what we believe to be the physical world. And if that's the case, then you can change your future, you can better the world, you can empower yourself, and that's the idea. So long story short, we kept saying law of attraction, law of attraction. My cousin Kev's like, what is that? So my brother breaks down to my cousin Kev, this is the idea of the law of attraction. Try it out for yourself, and I want you guys all at home to try it out too. Think of something so ridiculous, so absurd, that if it came to your head, you know it had to be the law of attraction. You're not going to want to be in Seattle and be like, oh, let me get a Seahawk. You know what I'm saying? Not asking for a cheesesteak in Philadelphia. You really want to go something like out of control, crazy. So that was that, and we left them with that. We spent our day. We went out. We went drinking somewhere. Then we came back, and this is 2013. And so we cast on the hotel TV, and we were showing each other like funny YouTube videos, right? Mm-hmm. And we put it on Just for Laughs, which is a Canadian prank comedy video, right? And as soon as we threw it on, no joke, no nothing, 2 seconds in, my cousin Kevin starts dying laughing. We all turned to him like, why the hell are you laughing? Because he said, that's crazy, that's so crazy. Because it was a pink polka dotted elephant. And that's what he asked to attract earlier that day. And it showed up right there. And I could give thousands and thousands of stories, but he had no idea about that. And that's a good example of absurd. Not just an elephant, because you're going to see an elephant. Mm-hmm. Not just a pink elephant, because you could also run into a pink elephant. He made it triply hard, a pink polka dotted elephant. And he attracted it that day. So go out there, try something for yourself and see what you can attract. And then once you attract something small, then attract me 1 million Bitcoins and then something for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. And this give a huge confirmation why I believe 100%, because one, as soon as you said pink elephant, your brain decided to imagine and use its imagination to visualize that pink elephant, and he decided to take it to the next step, right? Are you saying to add, right? He decided to add the law of addition. It's another law. The law that, you're adding, you're creating, the law of creation, creating, there's a lot of laws being worked out at that moment, when we break it down. So the more detailed he got to it, and then that being visualized and created within him, he's reflecting that into existence, into creation, into this realm, into this world. He's just reflecting the energy, and it travels like radio waves, just like your Wi-Fi in your house.
And
but
just
this
like,
is your
and just like the Wi-Fi, and also it's kind of like a volume too, because when it comes to your emotions, if you're very emotional about something, you're turning up the volume. You're gonna make it happen faster. So if you're upset at something, you're getting more negativity. But if you're really thinking about something or very positive, you turn that energy up.
Charge, yep.
You're literally turning the volume up on law of attraction. You can turn it up on money or success or whatever you want.
Exactly. So I just thought that was pretty interesting how you say, because like it was the elephant, the polka dots, all that, and then you actually see it. You know what I'm saying, in the world, right? Or in the Matrix, or in reality. I mean, it was a true experience, at least. And we can all agree on something. It was an experience. So, I think that's what matters the most, is the experience.
We got a special guest here. Now, Mr. America.
Is the mic
what's your take on the recent experiments in quantum non-locality?
I don't answer questions.
There we go. That's it. That was a special
that was a celebrity
guest appearance.
Famous one-liner.
It'd be honored if we hear a little flow too, just in case. But but yeah, and it's crazy because the whole conversation, law of attraction, happened before Enrique went out, and we were talking about it. And it just came up, and then like you highlighted it more. Which, I was like, I wasn't really thinking this, whatever. And then it's like, whoa, hold on. I'm like, whoa, okay, we're going to get deeper in this. Let's go. Let's get deeper. But yeah, man, just the attraction, the vibration. And it's like, look, honestly, if you want to get to a higher level of consciousness and able to like see what is in a multi-dimensional realms, meditate with mirrors. Meditate with motherfucking mirrors, bro.
Why do you say that?
Why? Because you grab that big ass mirror and you grab another big mirror, right? Because the slit experience, and they're observing. Like if they would have took it to the next level and put mirrors, because you become the the little pebble. Yeah, dude, you become the pebble. They're visualizing the pebble going through the little slits and stuff.
We're talking about the double slit experiment. I suggest you guys go Google that after this video. It's very interesting, and you'll probably, like me, if you have a similar IQ and you're an idiot with a fake mic and a backwards hat, wearing absolutely no makeup as a caveat. But you're probably gonna have to watch the video a few times in the explanation, because it's really heavy. Once you watch the double slit experiment and understand what it is, what it's saying in the double slit experiment is, it's not just Will Turbot and Mr. Universal here talking crazy nonsense. The double slit experiment literally proves the fact that it talks about particle wave duality. So there's just limitless energy, and depending on us observing it can change whether that becomes a particle or a wave. So again, another scientifically proven, I guess necessarily proven, but I would say it is, because that's
not a theory. They actually got the results. They're not theorists, right? They're not theorists. They're scientists.
Big Pharma didn't pay any of these people here, and it actually proves that we, like I said earlier, change what we believe to be physical reality. So you can do this too. Once you guys have all donated the Bitcoin, then you guys can go ahead and further your own dreams. Just make sure you just donate Mr. America, Mr. Universal, myself, a bunch of Bitcoin for telling you about this, and also some regular fiat currency and some gold too. Right? Just in case anything happens.
I'll take silver coins as well. Don't worry,
I'll take Red Lobster coupons. I'll even just take biscuits from Red Lobster.
So definitely, I sometimes I will flow and I will speak and I'll try to describe certain things, and I love that Will is so knowledgeable that he breaks it down. He speaks it very properly. Let you know, I'm Puerto Rican and I got an accent and stuff. Right? I love it, bro, because it's like he knows exactly what I'm talking about, and he breaks it down for other people to understand it as well. So like, okay, you just explained about the particles. So like I was explaining is like, how to meditate on the particle,
Yes.
how to develop that technique. Mirrors are so freaking powerful, bro. When I was going through a awakening experience, it was because the mirror and seeing the reflection of life and the reflection of my duality, and realize there's another duality right here next to me. I'm observing it and it's observing me. You know, and you take it to the next level. You put two mirrors.
We
Not
need to
one,
mirror
but
this
two,
video,
right?
man, the truth.
What happens is that you start seeing you. What happens, you know what I'm saying? If you're standing in between two mirrors, you're going to see you on this side, like this, you can see, and you can see a whole bunch of mirrors reflecting infinitely. Infinitely. So now, if we talk scientific fact, go ahead and do two mirrors and tell me what you're going to see. That is fact for the trolls, right? So when you begin to be in that moment and observe that, and you meditate on that, you know, if you do some soul searching in that, you start to realize that all these versions of you exist, and you have the opportunity at that moment to experience it through awareness, by seeing it, because seeing is believing. You know what I'm saying? It's until you see something, you start to believe. The more you believe, the more you understand, the more you grow, the more conscious, the more your awareness, your golf ball size of consciousness needs to expand. You know, and I realized that I need to expand, and on certain levels, certain laws or certain universal laws are not the same on other levels. You have to forget everything you thought was real to be able to understand, to start to understand the laws and the rules of that domain, of that realm. You know, so it gets deeper and deeper.
Just like in classical physics, when they were working with regular physics, Newtonian physics, and they were saying this and that, then when they got to the quantum level, they're like, oh, this doesn't make any sense with regular physics. Just like you said, they had to throw that out the window and realize this is a whole nother level that we didn't even know about. And there's levels and levels and levels to this shit. So we're talking about occult, esoteric knowledge that have been hidden from us. It's been siphoned off by the power centers, the elite, for a long time, and said, you useless eaters, you unwashed masses, you hordes, you're not getting this. We're going to keep this to ourselves. And that's what they've been doing. So that's what I love about Mr. Universal, because he's trying to empower people on this level. Mr. America's trying to empower people on your rights. And I'm just trying to empower people not to wear makeup.
Yeah.
Not too much. If you're gonna wear it, just make sure it's the proper amount. Be respectful.
Man.
Be respectful.
That was awesome, man. But yeah, dude, so with the whole mirror thing, I have lots of experiences to confirm that. Like, I can only imagine doing an experiment where you're in a cube and it's all mirrors on all sides, and just meditating there. Can you imagine the energy and the reflection? Because energy travels, atoms travel, right? They're particles, they pop in and out of existence. So when they pop out of this existence, they pop in another one. And then they're consistently popping in and out, in and out, in and out. Where are they going? They're going to the other version of you. Mirrors show us that. They show us that when we do this, there's an infinite amount of me in the now doing that action. And you start to see what are you reflecting into the world. You know, I think that right there can help you unlock and develop your consciousness even more, because that's the best way where you're going to be able to really see your own results and see. Let's take a breath, because that's just deep.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's not give them even too much too, because you know, if you want to let people go, you're going to go look up the law of attraction, look up the double slit experiment, and then you're going to try to attract something. And then when you do, put the comments here on the video. We want to know what you attracted. Did it work? And we're also going to want to know where you're going to be sending us the Bitcoin. So drop it in the comments. This has been another episode of Quantum Activism. Mr. America, Mr. Universal, Mrs. Universal, Baby Universal, Bitcoin. Real news. Caught that special for Mr. Universal. And we out.
Yes.